A training session in human rights, children's rights, gender, women's health, and patients living with HIV/AIDS, organized by the Office of the High Commissioner and Human Rights, Protection of Children, Victims of Rights Violations, and UN agencies in the Gambia, has commenced for the National Assembly's Select Committee on Gender, Children, and Social Welfare, Health, Humanitarian Relief and Refugees, Human Rights, and Constitutional Matters. Mariama Dem reports.
The three-day training, which began on Monday, 29th of July 2024 at a local hotel in Gambia, aims to raise awareness on children's rights and how to integrate them into legislation and policy development. It also seeks to strengthen the capacity of National Assembly members to promote and monitor the implementation of women's empowerment and gender equality standards, as well as actively engage in supporting the monitoring and implementation of child rights standards. Carl Frederick Paul, the resident coordinator of the UN in the Gambia, speaks on the need of integrating human rights considerations into legislation and monitoring government actions to ensure compliance with human rights standards. He acknowledged the challenges facing addressing issues like gender-based violence and legislative reforms, hence the significance of the training, which is in line with their efforts to uphold human rights.
These gatherings represent a significant milestone in our ongoing efforts to uphold human rights, including promoting gender equality and safeguarding the welfare of the children and vulnerable populations in the Gambia. The Gambia has embarked on a transitional justice process underscored by the establishment of key institutions such as the Truth, Reconciliation and Reparation Commission, TRRC, and the National Human Rights Commission, NHRC. These efforts have been instrumental in shedding light on past injustices and advancing initiatives aimed at fostering a society built on principles of justice, equality, and respect of human rights. However, amidst these achievements, we must acknowledge the persistent challenge that warrant our steadfast action and united attention.
The chairperson of the National Human Rights Commission, Mr. Emmanuel Juve, expressed gratitude for the training initiative and highlighted the critical role of lawmakers in protecting fundamental rights. He encouraged participants to utilize the knowledge gained to effectively champion human rights and protect the rights of children and women.
The importance of understanding and upholding human rights cannot be overstated. And as lawmakers and representative of the people, you play a very critical role in ensuring that every citizen enjoys their fundamental rights and freedom. I've always said that National Assembly members are the guardians of the rule of law. This training aims to equip you with the knowledge and tools necessary to champion human rights, protect the rights of children, and promote women's health effectively. Ladies and gentlemen, human rights are the bedrock of a just and equitable society.
In her opening remarks, Honorable Fatou Kinte, the Minister of Gender, Children and Social Welfare, emphasized the importance of protecting women and children in society, reaching the government's stand. She highlighted the significant impact of violence against women and children, urging lawmakers to prioritize legislative reforms to address these issues.
Women and children in our society continues to be underreported despite the efforts of the government and other actors to cover the problem. Child sexual abuse, child begging, early and forced marriages, child labor, child trafficking, and exploitation continue to be challenges with significant adverse consequences on children's health and well-being and the heart age of every woman. The government of the Gambia has signed and ratified major international human rights instruments relating to children and women, such as the CEDAW, the CRC, and the African Charter on the Rights and Welfare of the Child. The government is aligning its policies and programs and legislations with these human rights instruments, which is a clear manifestation of the commitment of the government in protecting the welfare of women and children.
The chairperson of the Human Rights Committee of the National Assembly and a participant, Honorable Madi Sise, expressed gratitude to the organizers for hosting a timely event, as it is set to strengthen their understanding of human rights and their role in creating a better and more equitable society where children's rights and women are protected and are safe.
Most of these three committees to take this training very seriously, pay a lot of attention to all the deliberations, conspicuously take note, so that when we leave this hall 3 days later, we will and be able to protect the rights of the vulnerables, like I mentioned earlier on. This includes children, women, and other persons. So that wherever we are, we will be guided with those kinds of principles in terms of the protection of people's rights. And we can only do that if we pay much attention to all the deliberations.
Meanwhile, participants will engage in discussions on various topics such as advocating for the laws and policies to improve HIV/AIDS prevention, testing and treatment, protecting children and the elderly in emergencies, addressing gender inequalities in HIV prevention, and promoting survivor-centered approaches to addressing against women and children. The training is expected to equip National Assembly members with the necessary knowledge and tools to promote and protect human rights, safeguard children's rights, and ensure the safety and well-being of women in the Gambia. Mariama Dem, reporting for Star TV News.